One sip of healthy milk before bed almost stole James's ability to walk, talk, and remember his grandchildren overnight. James was 74, a proud grandfather from Ohio. He'd always taken care of himself, daily walks, balanced meals, and not a single cigarette in his life. Every night, right before bed, he'd pour himself a glass of fortified senior milk, the kind that proudly boasts extra calcium and vitamin D for strong bones. He believed it was one of the safest, smartest habits he could have. But one morning, everything changed. His wife found him slumped in his favorite armchair. The right side of his body wouldn't move. His words came out broken and slurred, his eyes wide with confusion. The ambulance rushed him to the hospital, where doctors confirmed it. James had suffered a stroke while he slept. His family was in disbelief. How could this happen? He was healthy. He was careful. They were sure his diet was heart-friendly. Yet, the very thing he believed was protecting his health was quietly working against him. Here's the truth no one told James, and that most seniors don't realize. Certain types of milk, especially when consumed at the wrong time, can silently increase the risk of a stroke. No chest pain, no warning signs. You go to bed feeling fine and wake up in a fight for your life. And this isn't just James's story. As a brain doctor, I've seen it far too often. Seniors who thought they were making healthy choices, but ended up with brain damage that changed their independence forever. If milk can do this to a healthy man, what could it be doing to you right now? Stay with me. In the next few minutes, I'll reveal the science behind this hidden danger. The 3 most common mistakes seniors make with milk that put their heart and brain at risk, and what you can do instead to protect your memory, mobility, and freedom. Because the reality is this: it's not always the obvious dangers that get us. It's the quiet, everyday habits, the ones we never question, that can cause the most harm. And by the time you notice the damage, it's often too late to reverse it. Let's break down what actually happened inside James's body and why it matters for you. At the core, this is about how certain nutrients, when taken at the wrong time and in the wrong amounts, can quietly harm your arteries, your brain, and ultimately your independence. 1. What happens at the cellular level? Your blood is designed to carry the exact amount of minerals your cells need, no more, no less. When you drink a glass of high-calcium milk, fortified with extra vitamin D right before bed, you're delivering a large dose of minerals into your bloodstream all at once. Vitamin D's job is to increase calcium absorption from your gut into your blood. But at night, your body's ability to use that calcium for bone building slows down. Instead of moving into your bones, the extra calcium floats in your blood, unsure where to go. The problem? Your body starts depositing that calcium into your artery walls, a process called vascular calcification. Over time, this turns soft, flexible arteries into stiff, narrow pipes that can't expand and contract easily. Now add another layer. Many low-fat or processed milks contain inorganic phosphate additives to improve texture and shelf life. These phosphates enter your blood quickly, and in older adults, especially those with reduced kidney function, they build up fast. High phosphate levels accelerate artery hardening, making your blood vessels brittle. And if you're drinking flavored or sweetened milks, you're also adding sugar or artificial sweeteners into the mix. Sugar spikes your blood glucose, triggering inflammation that damages the microvessels, the tiny blood vessels that feed your brain cells. Artificial sweeteners, while low in calories, can disrupt your metabolism and increase insulin resistance, further stressing those vessels. 2. How this impacts your brain and heart. Think of your arteries as flexible garden hoses. When they're healthy, blood flows smoothly, delivering oxygen and nutrients to every cell. But overload them with the wrong minerals, and they turn into brittle pipes. Stiff arteries force your heart to work harder to pump blood, increasing blood pressure, especially dangerous during the night when your body naturally dehydrates and blood pressure tends to rise. For your brain, the stakes are even higher. Narrowed brain arteries mean less oxygen and fewer nutrients reach your neurons. Nerve cells are extremely sensitive. Even brief periods of reduced blood flow can cause damage. Over time, this can lead to silent strokes, small, often unnoticed brain injuries that slowly rob you of memory, balance, and coordination. Your blood itself can change too. Imagine a clear, flowing river. Now picture dumping in excess minerals, additives, and sugar. It turns into sludge. Sluggish blood flow increases the chance of clots, which can block an artery in your brain without warning. Number 3. The myth we need to break. Many seniors believe that aging automatically means weaker bones, higher blood pressure, and memory problems. But the science tells a different story. It's not simply age that causes disease. It's the combination of wrong habits and wrong timing. The body of a 70-year-old can still maintain strong arteries and sharp brain function if it's given the right inputs at the right times. The danger comes when healthy-sounding choices are made in ways that actually work against your biology. Number 4. Warning signs you might be ignoring. Some of the earliest red flags of this process are easy to dismiss. Morning dizziness, often brushed off as just getting up too fast. Uneven grip strength. You may notice one hand feels weaker when holding a coffee mug or turning a doorknob. Sudden word loss. That moment when a simple word is on the tip of your tongue more often than it should be. Unsteady walking. Slight veering to one side or feeling off balance on flat ground. These can be symptoms of reduced blood flow to the brain, symptoms of silent heart attack warning signs, and they deserve immediate attention, not casual dismissal. 5. What the research shows. Several studies have found that excessive nighttime calcium intake, especially when paired with high vitamin D, increases the risk of arterial calcification in older adults. One study in the Journal of the American Heart Association reported that seniors with the highest calcium supplement intake had a significantly greater incidence of calcified arteries compared to those who got calcium primarily from balanced dietary sources. Another paper in atherosclerosis linked high phosphate levels, often from processed foods and fortified products, to faster progression of arterial stiffness, particularly in people over 65. These findings make one thing clear. It's not just what you consume, but when and how you consume it that matters. If you've been drinking milk or healthy fortified beverages at night, believing they're helping your bones or your heart, this isn't about guilt. It's about awareness. Because once you understand what's really happening inside your body, you can make choices that protect both your brain and your independence. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. The 3 most common milk mistakes that silently raise your risk of stroke. We've seen how the wrong nutrients, at the wrong time, can quietly harm your brain and heart. Now, let's look at 3 specific habits I see over and over again in my older patients. Habits that can dramatically raise your risk of stroke without you realizing it. 1. High calcium fortified milk before bed. Meet Mr. Harris, 78, a retired firefighter. Every night before turning in, he drank a glass of high calcium milk fortified with vitamin D. Keeps the bones strong, doc, he'd say proudly. But one morning, his wife found him slumped on the couch, unable to move his right arm, struggling to get words out. The diagnosis? Stroke. Here's what happened. As kidneys age, they filter minerals less efficiently. Late-night calcium and vitamin D caused a surge of minerals in his blood. With nowhere to go, they settled into his artery walls, making them brittle. Combine that with naturally higher nighttime blood pressure and mild dehydration, and it was a perfect storm. This is why one of the symptoms of silent heart attack or stroke can be waking up with sudden weakness or slurred speech, even if you felt fine before bed. 2. Low-fat milk with phosphate additives. Mrs. Schultz, 74, believed every word on the carton. Heart healthy, cholesterol-free, low-fat. She'd switched years ago to protect her heart, but over time she noticed morning dizziness, a heavier step, and occasional forgetfulness. Tests revealed stiffening arteries and early kidney strain. The culprit wasn't the fat she'd avoided. It was the inorganic phosphate additives hidden in many low-fat dairy products. These chemicals are absorbed rapidly and, in seniors, can overwhelm the kidneys. The excess phosphate triggers calcium deposits in blood vessels, speeding up arterial hardening. It's an ironic twist. The product marketed to help her heart was silently damaging it. Number 3. Sweetened or flavored plant-based milk. Mr. Doyle, 72, loved his vanilla oat milk. It's plant-based, must be healthy, he thought. He added it to coffee, smoothies, even his evening tea. Over time, he began experiencing lightheadedness, occasional confusion, and poor balance. Brain scans showed signs of microvascular inflammation, tiny blood vessels under stress. The problem? Even small amounts of added sugar or artificial sweeteners can cause insulin spikes. With age, insulin sensitivity drops, so these spikes linger longer, creating inflammation that damages fragile microvessels in the brain. Additional silent traps. Mrs. Gloria switched to menopause support, soy milk fortified with extra phytoestrogens. She hoped it would balance hormones. Instead, it subtly affected blood vessel tone and increased clotting risk, leading to a series of mini strokes. Mr. Lee replaced breakfast with a senior nutrition powder, shake loaded with mega doses of fat-soluble vitamins and minerals. The overload spiked his blood pressure and stressed his cardiovascular system. Each of these habits started with good intentions. But the marketing on the carton doesn't tell you what happens in your bloodstream, especially after 60. In a moment, I'll show you the natural, no-drug solutions that protect your brain and your arteries, and even help you enjoy milk and other favorites without fear. But first, remember this. The riskiest habits are often the ones we mistake for healthy. Now that we've seen how certain milk habits can quietly damage your arteries and brain, let's shift the focus to what you can do, starting today, to protect your health naturally, without drugs, expensive supplements, or complicated routines. These solutions work by restoring the body's natural balance, improving blood flow, and supporting healthy brain and heart function at the cellular level. 1. Alkalize, detox, and balance electrolytes. Start your morning with warm water plus natural sea salt. Just 1/4 teaspoon of unprocessed sea salt in a glass of warm water can help restore electrolyte balance after a night's sleep. This supports stable blood pressure, rehydrates your cells, and encourages healthy circulation. Flood your body with live enzymes, fresh greens like kale, spinach, and watercress, along with fruits like blueberries, pomegranate, and kiwi, deliver enzymes and antioxidants that protect your blood vessels from inflammation. 2. Breathe to lower blood pressure naturally. Try the 4-7-8 breathing technique every evening. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale slowly for 8. Repeat 4 times. This simple pattern relaxes the nervous system, improves oxygen delivery to the brain, and can reduce blood pressure without medication. 3. Replace night milk wisely. If you love an evening drink, choose light herbal teas like chamomile or lemon balm, a glass of alkaline water, homemade nut milk without additives, sweeteners, or excess calcium fortification. These options hydrate and soothe without overloading your blood with minerals or additives before bed. 4. Quick win. The 3-day reset plan. For 3 days, swap out all fortified or flavored milks. Drink 2 to 3 liters of water daily. Add 1 serving of leafy greens to each meal. Practice 4-7-8 breathing twice a day. What you'll notice: less morning swelling, clearer thinking, deeper sleep, sometimes in as little as 72 hours. 5. Connect with the earth and sun. One of the simplest, most overlooked ways to improve circulation and reduce clot risk is barefoot walking. Spend 15 to 20 minutes each day walking barefoot on grass, soil, or sand. This allows your body to absorb negative ions from the earth, which can help thin the blood. improve heart rate variability, and promote relaxation. Combine this with sun exposure, even 10 to 15 minutes of morning sunlight, to absorb positive charges from the sun, stimulate natural vitamin D production, and support healthy immune and vascular function. The combination of grounding and gentle sun exposure has been linked to reduced inflammation, improved blood flow, and better mood, all of which support heart and brain health. Remember, these are not extreme changes. They're simple, natural habits you can start today, no matter your age or medical history. And when practiced consistently, they can be as powerful as, and often more sustainable than, any pill or powder. In the next section, I'll give you a clear, step-by-step guide for when to eat, drink, move, and rest so that every day supports your arteries, your brain, and your independence. Your daily routine for a healthier brain and heart. You've learned what to avoid and the natural habits that can protect you. Now let's make it practical. Here's a simple, structured plan you can follow from morning to night. No guesswork, no confusion. Just real science-backed steps to keep your arteries flexible, your brain sharp, and your heart strong. Morning. Start with hydration, minerals, and sunlight. Rehydrate with sea salt water. Upon waking, drink a glass of warm water with 1/4 teaspoon of natural, unprocessed sea salt. This restores electrolytes, supports blood pressure stability, and wakes up your circulation after hours of sleep. Eat calcium-rich foods, but get them from nature. Choose leafy greens like kale, bok choy, or watercress, or small-boned fish like sardines. These provide calcium in a form your body can absorb steadily without spiking blood mineral levels. Add healthy fats for vitamin D absorption. A few slices of avocado or a sprinkle of chia seeds help your body use vitamin D more effectively. Get sunlight. Spend 10 to 15 minutes outdoors in the morning. This stimulates natural vitamin D production and improves your circadian rhythm for better sleep at night. Midday. Balanced meal for sustained energy. Main plate, half vegetables, 1/4 lean protein, and 1/4 complex carbohydrates. Why it matters. This balance keeps blood sugar stable, protects against midday fatigue, and provides steady fuel for both brain and muscles. Add antioxidants. Include berries or pomegranate seeds to combat oxidative stress in your blood vessels. Evening. Light, calming, and blood-friendly. Light plant protein. Lentil soup, vegetable stir-fry with tofu, or a chickpea salad. Avoid heavy animal proteins late in the day, which can slow digestion and affect blood pressure during sleep. Hydrate wisely. Sip on herbal tea such as chamomile, lemon balm, or ginger tea. These relax the nervous system without overloading your blood with minerals or sugar. No fortified night milk. Skip calcium and vitamin D fortified beverages at night. This is when your body is least able to use them for bone health and most likely to deposit them into arteries. Daily formulas to remember. Sea salt water. 1/4 teaspoon natural sea salt in 250 milliliter warm water upon waking. 4 to 7-8 breathing. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, exhale slowly through your mouth for 8 seconds. Repeat 4 times before bed. This reduces blood pressure, improves oxygenation, and calms the mind. Foods to eat regularly. Kale, rich in calcium, vitamin K, and antioxidants for vascular health. Sardines provide calcium, omega-3s, and vitamin D in natural form. Almonds, healthy fats and magnesium to support heart rhythm. Avocado supports brain cell membranes and nutrient absorption. Blueberries improve memory and protect against microvascular damage. Foods and drinks to avoid in the evening. Fortified night milk risks nighttime arterial calcification. Flavored plant milks often contain hidden sugars or artificial sweeteners. Products with phosphate additives linked to faster arterial stiffening. Make it a 7-day experiment. For the next week, follow this plan exactly. Morning, sea salt water, greens or sardines, sunlight. Midday, balanced plate with greens, lean protein, and antioxidants. Evening, light plant protein, herbal tea, no fortified milk. Breathing 4 to 7, 8 every night before bed. Track your energy levels, blood pressure, and mental clarity each day. By day 7, you may notice you wake up more refreshed, feel steadier on your feet, and have fewer foggy moments. Try this for 7 days. Track your energy and blood pressure. Then share your results. You might be surprised by how much better you feel in just 1 week. By making these small, consistent changes, you're building the best diet for heart disease prevention and creating a foundation for lasting heart health for seniors. In our final section, I'll share an inspiring real-life story of someone who made these changes and got her life back, so you can see exactly what's possible for you. The power of small changes. Carol's story. Let me leave you with one more story, because sometimes the most powerful proof isn't in a study or a medical chart, but in the life of someone just like you. Carol was 76, a retired librarian from Pennsylvania. She'd always prided herself on staying informed, but she never questioned her evening ritual, a glass of fortified senior milk before bed, the same habit she'd kept for over a decade. She didn't connect it to her creeping blood pressure, the way her memories seemed to skip more often, or how she'd begun relying on a cane for balance. "I just thought I was getting older," she told me. After learning about the link between late-night calcium, phosphate additives, and vascular health, she made the change. She replaced her nightly milk with herbal tea. She began her mornings with sea salt water, leafy greens, and a walk outside in the early sun, sometimes barefoot on the grass in her backyard. Within weeks, Carol noticed her morning dizziness fading. Her blood pressure readings came back into a healthy range. She started leaving her cane by the door more often, until one day she realized she hadn't used it in over a month. Her memory sharpened. "I feel like I got a few years of my life back," she said with a smile. The question only you can answer. Carol's transformation didn't require expensive treatments or complicated routines. It came from small, consistent choices, the kind you can start today. So I'll ask you, do you want to recover your clarity or live in regret? Every day, you have the chance to make decisions that protect your brain, your heart, and your independence. No one else can do that for you, but you can choose to start now. Awareness as medicine. Your best medicine isn't in a bottle, a powder, or a label that promises health. It's in what you choose to understand today. It's in what you choose to do differently tomorrow. Awareness applied with action can change the course of your health and your life. If this message has opened your eyes, I hope you'll pass it forward. There may be someone you care about, a parent, a friend, a neighbor, who is unknowingly putting themselves at risk every single night. Share this video with them. Not for me, but for them. Because if even one person avoids the pain and fear that James or Carol faced, then you've done something life-changing. And I'd love to hear from you. Which of these habits surprised you most? Let's talk about it in the comments. Your story might be the one that helps someone else take that first step toward better health. Brand message: healing, natural, scientific, human. Because we're not here to scare you, we're here to give you the tools, the truth, and the trust you need to protect what matters most: your mind, your heart, and the life you love.